Hello Mathland. I wanted to make this short video to show you some different ways of graphing in Google Doc and or showing your work in Google Doc. I know some of us are having a hard time with uploading pictures of our work so it's readable and legible. So I wanted you to see some different ways of doing it. So just so you know, for this Google Doc in particular for my algebra students, I have actually included some graphs already. So you don't have to make anything, it's already there for you, all right? So I'm just gonna take a look at the first problem here, which I have changed from the assignment, all right? So this one is 3x squared minus 6x plus 4, and we need to graph it. So the first thing I need to do is actually figure out the work, right? I need to show the work. Now you can go up here, and I'm going to click on this little arrow to be able to show my full bar. And I'm going to go to Insert. And then there's this thing called Drawing right here. So I can do a new drawing, and I can actually draw on this. All right, so you can literally type in or literally write, as the case may be. And I need to switch this to scribble so I can write. And I'm going to say A equals 3. So this opens upward. This is going to be an upward opening parabola. So I'll hit save and close. I can do some other stuff in here too. I know, for example, for my axis of symmetry, x equals negative b divided by 2a. Hopefully your touchscreens work a little better than my mouse pad, but you get the idea. So for this one, my axis of symmetry, I have an x equals negative, and I know that my b is negative 6. And I need to divide by 2 times 3. So that means my axis of symmetry, negative 6 is really positive 6, and 2 times 3 is really 6. So my axis of symmetry is positive 6 over positive 6. So it's really x equals 1. Now that I know my axis of symmetry, I can plug it back into my 3x squared. So 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 5. And that was all a y equals, or f of x equals, however you want to write that. Well, 1 squared is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And then 6 times 1 is negative 6. So we've got a 3 minus 6 plus 5. So 3 minus 6 is negative 3, plus 5 is 2. So that means my vertex is at the point 1, 2. So I know pretty much all of the information I need to know. I've shown a lot of the work there. Should I show more? Yes, I was trying to rush this a little bit for you guys. So as I scroll down, look, there's all my work. I've shown my work, right? Again, you should show more than what I have, but it's a bare minimum that I'm showing you. So now I can scroll down, and you'll notice that this is where I am expecting you to put all of the information. And we've already done a lot of it. So I double-clicked on it, and it opened the drawing. Well, does it open upward or downward? We've already answered that. So once this actually loads and I can type into it, we can change to open upward. Axis of symmetry, we already said, was x equals 1. The vertex we just found was 1, 2. If it opens upward, then we know if it has a maximum or a minimum. If it opens upward, then it has to have a minimum. So I can get rid of that part. right there, if it will delete for me. There we go. And our minimum is at 2. The domain, this one should be easy. All real numbers. The range, y is greater than or equal. If that won't work, then I might have to do another scribble on here, which is fine. So y greater than or equal. There we go. And we'll click back to here. Greater than or equal to 2. The y-intercept, well, what was our c? Our c was at 5, so it's 0, 5. And then our mirror point, we're going to have to reflect that across the axis of symmetry, which is 1. So we go 2 across that, so our mirror point is going to be 2, 5. So I have all my information. Now I need a graph. I'm going to head up here to where my graph is. You can change the size of this, so if you want it bigger, cool. If you like it the way it was, that's fine. I'll be able to read it either way. I open up the drawing, and I can click on these dots to move my point. So I know that the vertex is going to be at, and you can use arrows, which is what I was just doing, or you can actually click and drag it. So I know my, oops, not the one I wanted. There we go. My point is going to be at 1, 2. There we go. There's that. And then I know my y-intercept is at 0, 3. So it's going to be right there. And my mirror point is at 2, 3. So it's going to be there. And then this is my axis of symmetry. I need to connect my points. I have not finished graphing, right? I need to connect them with the line. So I'm going to go to my scribble here. I'm going to, hopefully it will work. There we go. I'm going to connect these with a nice curve. And then there is my arrow on one end and my arrow on the other. And I'm done. I just graphed this whole problem. So you should have no issue with graphing. If you do not like using the Google Draw, I understand. Here's another way of doing it. I personally prefer this way. Go up here to Insert and click on Equation. Here's the cool thing. This now works just as if you could write math, all right? So we have f of x equals 3x minus 6x plus 5. And then I am going to insert a new equation, and I'm going to find my little fraction here. It's got lots of different functions. We're not even going to use them all. Here's all of our different inequality signs, other symbols that we typically use in math, all right? So there's no reason not to be able to use this to show all of the work that you need to show, okay? So for this one, I want an x equals, and I need a fraction. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to do a negative b, and then do my 2a in the denominator. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'll try and make this a little bigger. See if I can do something more like that. There we go. You can even copy and paste this. So you could do something like, ooh, Control-C. There we go. So you can do something like this, where you have your first step, and then for the next one you copy paste, and now I'm just plugging in the numbers that I need. So I need a 3 here for my a, and I need a negative 6 in my numerator. So, and then I can keep going, right, and show all the work that I have done down here. I do not have a preference as to which way you use, if you use the Google Draw or you use the equations. Your work must be unique to you, all right? It must be unique to you. So I think the Google Draw is nice because you guys have touch screens, so write on it. Email me if you have questions, but you should know how to do drawings, graphings, lots and lots of different ways to show work. The only thing I didn't show you was how you could go to Insert and you could click on Image. So if you did your work on paper and you took photos of it and uploaded those photos to your drive, you could then find that picture and insert it for each problem, all right? So lots of different ways. I hope this little short video helps. I really do.